Hello and welcome to something very special and different. Now, I just watched for probably the fourth time Adam something stupid little 40k video in which he exposes himself for not only being a tourist but a bad actor and blatantly unaware of numerous things in the stuff he talks about. But I wanted to say this. I despise real world politics and entertainment. It's the death of creativity in and of itself. Thus, this stance forces me to talk about one of the least informed, moronic, and politically motivated videos of late, because there's been plenty of them over the last couple of years. The video in which I speak is wholly political, with no interest in understanding of the setting for which its creator speaks. To place this at the front, since I have the experience with this brand of politics, and I'm going to call it a brand, let me say this. 40k is a decidedly political setting. It's meant for normal, mature people looking for entertainment, not desperate activists who are so eager for breadlines or their political twins to shove their bullshit in. Are you happy? Did that make anyone happy? Good? No. Get the hell out. Little something took over 22 minutes to sum up my politics good, persecute my political rivals. 10 minutes in, he's still talking about Starship Troopers, where all he can really manage is a complete misunderstanding of the book and the movie, and the fact that Paul Verhoeven didn't actually understand what he was making. He didn't read the book. He didn't check the source material. He just wanted to film a naked shower scene really bad and put some people in German-style uniforms with no understanding of what the book actually was, to make the Terran Federation look to be fascist, when they didn't have the power to stop idiots from going into the area controlled by the bugs. They didn't have the power to compel people to join the military. And it's largely referenced that there were other ways to gain your rights as a citizen in that setting. But hey, no context, no maturity. Look, guys, there's a person in a snazzy uniform. They're obviously the evil bad guys. We can't see the bugs as being evil because that's how far we're out to not identify with those people we politically disagree with. Oh gosh. This video, if you call a political circle jerk that, fails every measure from research to consistent reasoning. Using something's own reasoning, his interest in trains ties him awfully close in a political sense to the Austrian painter. Take that as you wish. Why not disprove his points, I hear you say? Well, he'd have to have them. The really only point he actually makes, besides obviously, put my politics in the setting, screw all the people who would do this for entertainment, is that, and it's one that I agree with him on, that 40k has really put on the down ramp and been pushing off to the side the grimdark. His only point being that 40k and Games Workshop have been effectively ditching the grimdark elements of it. Whoa, bravo. You had one, guy. Thumbs up. Man, you really tried hard there, dipshit. This is one of those things. I don't like to go into politics. I don't like to impose my views on anything. In fact, I don't subscribe to the left or right. And the thing is this. I am sick of these types of people coming in and forcing their politics on things. It is a disgusting habit, and it's disrespectful of all the people who engage in it. And that's the whole point. He wants to put his freaking fingers in the eyes of people who don't agree with him. His entire video does not get a single point of anything right. The Imperium is not a fascist state. It's a theocracy. It can't be fascist. It's too big. They don't have the ability to crank down on people at a moment's notice. they're more of a religious state, a theocracy. Space Marines aren't unthinking murder machines that are thinly veiled versions of super soldiers from the 1940s. No, they actually have the ability to think and reason. The Elder aren't sweet, innocent nobodies. They literally screwed a chaos god into existence and have been using everything they can to actually keep from having to actually pay the cost for it. And that means millions upon millions upon millions of human lives they have sacrificed to save a single one of themselves. The fact is, he spends an inordinate amount of time trying to excuse the bugs in Starship Troopers. He is so desperate to defend the other in this regard, in a political sense, because he can only identify with the other, because he's obviously politically motivated, that he will try to give the bugs an excuse in Starship Troopers and try to say it is entirely the evil humans. Personally, this is why I dislike Trench Crusade, because it seems to be a giant cluster of people exactly like Adam Something, who are all sitting there screaming their politics over the table, and I just don't want to do that. It's not called entertainment, that's called bread tubing. I don't feel like that's something I'm going to waste my time with. I want to have a game, I want to have fun, I want my opponent to have fun, and have be a decent way to spend my time. So I'm not interested in this bullshit, and this is why I've avoided some of the things I have. But we have to push back against some of this, because these people, like every other form of entertainment where they come in and go, I don't actually buy any of this, and I confuse the fact that it's a word game with it being a board game, and I use other people's YouTube footage, and I don't even just, enlarge the video. I literally just record it from their page. To make my points and show my stuff, and I just reference a politically motivated tweet, and I haven't read, watched, or any of this, but I want you just to shove my politics into it. Well, screw you. You are the exact type of person, and I don't care if you're from the left, the right, up, down, Mars, I don't care. Take your politics and check them at the door, or just check yourself at the door. You don't need to be involved. You are a bad actor. You have ill intent. You are ill-informed. You have bad arguments. And the only thing that you can say is the one argument I've made repeatedly, that yes, 40K has lost its grimdark, and it will continue. And that on this regard, yeah, you're right. Games Workshop is stupid enough to cater to someone exactly like Adam Something, a person who can't tell the difference between a board game and a war game, a person who doesn't have any of his own footage despite claiming he's played Space Marine 2, and he has to show someone else's freaking recorded footage. Yeah, these are the kind of people that I believe Games Workshop is stupid enough to cater to, and that's the reason you make videos like this, is to go, look, dipwad, I actually spend money on your product. There are a lot of other people who do too, and they don't want this bullshit. They just want it to be an entertaining setting to be entertainment, not someone's political jerk-off session. And Games Workshop is dumb enough to go down that road. Now, I know this has been more of a rambly video, but there's nothing to disprove. It is every trope of an annoying a college student from Portland trying to tell you about his political theory on something he's never known, never experienced, and has only the loosest, most glassy-eyed concept of, at a table where people just go, look, dude, I just want to have some pretzels, I want to drink a beer, and I want to play a game with my pals. Why are you here telling me about your relativistic, narcissistic little concepts of the bugs and Starship Troopers aren't really the bad guys, and nor are the Elder? Guess what? No one actually cares. You should see yourself out the door. So, I apologize for this, but I'm sick of these people ruining everything they come in contact with. And honestly, I expect someone with 1 million subs and a channel that size to actually be able to do research. So have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.